everyone. I hope you're having a beautiful day. This is my very first pick a pile reading. I'm really excited to give it a try. So we have 3 piles of cards here. There's a mix of tarot and oracle cards. And just feel into all of them and pick the one that you feel the most drawn to. This is the I Am Radiant pile. The second one in the middle is the I Am Powerful pile. And the final one on the far right is the I Am Enough pile. Just take a few deep breaths and pick the one that you feel drawn to first. Know that the pile that you pick is the one you are being divinely guided to by your guides, ancestors, angels, and divine beings. Let's get started. Hello, I Am Radiant pile. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm getting really hot with all the energy moving around, so I can tell Spirit has wanted to talk all day to everybody. So here we go. Hold your horses, everybody. Okay, Ace of Swords. So first of all, this full moon is about releasing. Full moons are always about releasing, and this is in Gemini, and then there's also a lunar eclipse. It's a really powerful time to set some good intentions. With this, I really feel like there's a situation that has just occurred recently. It feels like within maybe the last 2 to 3 months that you've had this new realization where you're like, is this for me? Do I still need to be here, or can I cut myself free? You're the ball of rope in the middle of this card, and look how many obligations, look how many ties you have. Look how big that web is. And you're deciding which ones you're going to cut and which ones you're going to keep. And for some of you, it feels like you're going to cut the entire web free and free yourself. Five of Coins. So this tells me you probably did cut yourself free and it feels a little lonely. That can happen when you cut yourself free from things that don't serve you anymore. You're kind of having to keep your own self warm now instead of other people helping you keep yourself warm. And it can be a sad feeling, and I feel like there is a lot of grief for some of you. You're wondering if you made the right decision by cutting yourself free from all this stuff, and the answer is yes. We always do things that are in our highest good and highest power. So don't feel like you're going to be stuck here forever. I don't think you will be. I think you'll move on, but it may take some time. And you'll kind of go through some ups and downs as well. That's just how grief works. We think we're over it, and then we come right back into the sadness, and you're like, oh, I miss all my friends, but they weren't good for you. These people weren't good for you. Know that you'll be okay. Right now, there's a rebalance and a restructuring going on too. And I feel like once things kind of settle down, you'll feel better about the decisions you've made. You won't feel so sad and that you have to keep your own self warm. You'll either meet new people or you'll find satisfaction in being alone, which is kind of a powerful thing. A lot of people have trouble being by themselves and being alone, and dealing with things without being able to talk to people or anything like that. But having our own power and our own sovereignty, and knowing that we can make decisions and we can move forward by ourselves, is really powerful. And the Chariot. Yes, so this does tell me that there's going to be a moving on period, obviously. It may be choppy. The water represents intuition, but look how rough it is. So just be gentle with yourself during this period. If you feel like you're moving back and forth, you're going back and forth, or going back to the past and revisiting and reliving things, that's okay. That's pretty normal. And try to just go with the flow as much as possible. That's really challenging, I'm sure, and easy for me to say, you know. The ride won't be easy, but know that you are strong like this Chariot. And look, he's even got his sword, like here, the Ace of Swords. So you may have to keep cutting yourself free from things, and that's okay. You may have to continue to release yourself, continue to cut the cords, continue to break old patterns. This isn't an overnight process. I've been trying to cut my patterns and break old patterns and free myself from limiting beliefs and thoughts for years, right? So it could take some time. And just be gentle with yourself. Go with the flow, listen to your intuition. Water is all about intuitive power and nature. Also emotions. So it's okay to feel sad. Trust your intuition. Know that you are making the right decision, that you have made the right decision to move forward. I'll do both of these at the same time. Let's see. Chaos and conflict, a never-ending story. Yeah, this does feel like you'll kind of have to relive some of these things that have happened over and over again, which is normal. Remember that. It's totally normal to have to relive things that you thought you have healed or thought you were over. Grief doesn't work like that, in my experience anyway. It kind of forces us to relive things and think about the things that didn't work. And I also feel like you'll be asked to relive some of these things so that you can remember what you don't want anymore. In relationships and friendships and situations, business, whatever, career. It's just a reminder in this situation. I don't feel like you're going to be like kind of spiraling and spinning and rethinking everything and being like, oh, why did I do that? Woe is me, cry, cry, cry. You know, it's not about that. It's just a remembering. Do these at the same time too. Oh, acceptance and balance. I am learning to accept the things that I cannot change, and I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. Yes, yes, yes. Sometimes we just have to accept our circumstances, and then it's not going to turn out how we expect or want, but acceptance sometimes is the best thing we can do. It's how we win, right? We just accept what has happened, and we can move forward and move on from it. And then we bring balance. We remember that we can't do those things again. And we live in balance. We live in perfect harmony with our thoughts and our emotions, and know that it's not always going to be bright and cheery and happy and positive, and it's not always going to be sad and doom and gloom either. And that we have to make decisions sometimes for ourselves to protect our own mental health. That's what this feels. So accepting really feels like you're going to bring the balance back into your life by not trying to control what has happened anymore, by accepting that you had to let these things go in order to move forward. Bridget. Oh, Bridget is amazing. Her power is so insane. If you've ever worked with Bridget, she's very fiery, as you can see. Ooh, she's making me really hot right now. She's just a powerful being. And she wants you to remember your inner strength. Because after all of this, you're going to need that inner strength and that inner power. The card says, move back into wholeness. Recognize that you have the power. And it's like, at this point, you've accepted, and you're now not relying on other people to bring you strength. You are relying on your own inner flame to bring yourself strength through any situation. So if something resurfaces again, you're not reliving it. You're not reliving that story. You're moving on. And the final card, animal card, is Wombat Spirit. Oh, I love this card. I love the little like crown he's wearing. This says, be at home. And I feel like at this point through this journey, you've really released some masks that you've been wearing out into the world, at home, to yourself. You've decided that you're going to move on and that you are going to step into yourself, and you're rediscovering who you are. And knowing that it's a process and it's okay to kind of take some time to discover who you're meant to be into the world. And I also feel like a lot of you, this is just about pride and power. Like, this is who I am. If you don't like it, then I can't help you. I'm just going to show up as me and who I'm meant to be. And then there's also this like releasing of shame and ego that you're like, you're not feeling sorry for what you've had to do, what you had to do to let go of these things so that you could step into yourself. You're not feeling sorry for yourself anymore. You can still feel that grief, but you're approaching it from a different angle and a different perspective now. I also feel like you've allowed yourself to kind of forgive what has happened in the past so that you can release it as well. Forgiveness is a big part of releasing. Who knew a little wombat spirit could tell me all that, all of that information about you? All right, well, I hope this was helpful. Thank you for tuning in. Hello to the I Am Powerful pile. Welcome to your reading. Okay, so I will first pull tarot cards. 8 of Wands. Ooh, I love this card. This means swift action, changes, quick movement. Kind of feels like there was some type of like burn it down energy, like you just quickly left a situation. And I'm picking up on that because of the bird holding this flame, this wand with a flame on it. Or you're going towards something that you're going to burn down. But I do feel like you've left something behind already. And remember, this is for the full moon energy. So full moon is about releasing. So you've already kind of made the decision to release something that you're going to set on fire and decide to just move forward and move on from all of this. You're just like, I'm done. I'm ready to move on. I'm ready to go. I feel like you're very focused on creating something new, building something new. You're very focused on your intentions and the actions you have to take to go towards what you want to manifest. And it's really about aligning yourself with the goals you have to make to get there. I also do feel like something could be coming towards you pretty quickly that may have sparked this to happen, but it feels really good so far. I always love this card because it does mean quick change, but to me, it always means like very positive change, even though it might feel a little unstable and kind of scary at first. It's always, it's like a passionate, fiery, moving forward energy going towards your goals, wanting to manifest all of these things are about to happen for you. You're like, oh, I'm so ready. It's like right there. I can feel it. You know, that's what this feels like. I'm very excited for this reading. Okay. The next card, High Priestess. Oh my gosh. Yes, yes, yes. I love this. Okay. So whatever is happening, I feel like you kind of intuitively had to make this decision. Like they're telling me this is you. You're at the center of your destiny, your life. You rule and control everything that's going on in your life, and you're now in a place where you're using your intuition and your own inner wisdom to bring forth what you're working to manifest. Trust that these messages that you're receiving about, I feel like this recent move or this recent thing that's coming towards you is divinely guided by spirit. And I also feel like they're asking you to step it up in your spiritual game, be more connected with the moon. And I love that this is for the full moon. High Priestess is ruled by the moon. So they're asking you to work with the moon more, release things that don't serve you so that you can move forward towards this Eight of Wands energy. Oh, I'm so excited. And I love that the affirmation for this pile is I am powerful, because I feel a lot of fire energy. I feel a lot of active movement, active thoughts. Come on. Okay. Ooh, 10 of Cups. Oh my gosh. Oh, I love this. Look at that. So whatever you're moving towards feels very happy. You feel very happy. You feel very content. Usually this card means like marriage, love, new relationships. However, I feel like in this situation, it might be new relationship with yourself. I don't really feel like a new person is coming in for you to have a relationship with. This definitely feels more about you. I think really what it's about is also that you've kind of released some old ways of thinking. You're now moving into a new way of being. You're becoming more like the High Priestess energy, and that's really in alignment with who you are. Cups is water energy. It's also ruled by the moon. It's emotional, it's intuitive. It's incredibly powerful to be in tune and in touch with that side of yourself. It's really indicating to me that you made the right decision to leave. You're completely aligned and living in this High Priestess calling. I do feel like it's a new relationship with yourself. Like you've changed so much that you're a completely different person, and you love that person. You love who you've turned into, and it's just opening so many doors. You're manifesting so much stuff. It feels very good. Like I feel so amped up right now just reading these 3 cards, and that's amazing. Okay, let's see. I like to read these 2 oracle cards together. A change in the wind and new life. Yep. A change in the wind is just like this 8 of Wands card. Quick movement. You're kind of working through the storm. Quick changes are happening. Like there's all this wind blowing this tower down, and you're just kind of stuck. You're just kind of staying there. You're like, I'm just going with the flow. Things are changing, but it's all change that you've asked for, right? And it's all change that's going towards your new life. You're ready. You're not interested in staying stuck anymore. You're not interested in reliving old things anymore. You're interested in moving forward and moving on with whatever has happened. I also feel like you're just continuing to release things that don't serve you. So continue to do that this full moon in Gemini. you've already released so much to already be at this point. You've already released so much, but they're asking you to continue to release. Continue to do this work. Continue to be the high priestess, knowing that you have power to control everything in your life, and your intuition is on point. You just know. You know what's happening before anybody even has to tell you. Okay. Next two cards. Ooh, perseverance and growth. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. Yes, you can. And growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. Whew. Gosh, I want to know who picked this. Yeah. I feel like whoever this group is, you've just been through a lot. You've kind of elevated a lot already through the years, and you're already on this like different energetic plane is what they're showing me. You've already kind of been through some of this 3D crap, and you're already at the like 4D. You're about to go into 5D, which we all know is coming on December 21st. There's a big awakening. So I feel like you're already on track to be in that group of people. And it's going to be good. I'm getting very warm thinking about the energy of this group. Oh, Diana. Oh my gosh. So, wow. Hold on. Look at the similarities. The moon. These are both ruled by the moon. So there you have a double hit there of similar energy, very intuitive. Moon at the top of the head. Diana says, focused intention, think about what you desire, set your sights high, expect the best possible outcome. This is perfect for the full moon energy. Lord. Remember to continue to release is what I feel. She's got these arrows. A visualization practice that you can do to release into the moon is to send what you want to release in a little bubble or balloon and attach it to the end of one of these arrows and shoot it off into the moon. And let the full moon take care of it. Let it release for you. I don't really feel like you're going to have to do a whole lot of work, just based on how connected you are to the moon already as the high priestess and as Diana. Oh my gosh, of course. Butterfly spirit transformation is beautiful. Yes. I know it doesn't seem like you can transform anymore, but you will. Transformation is never ending. I think it's just different as you go through the stages of transformation. You've already released so much in your life. After all you've been through, you won't emerge as the same being as you were before. And you're going to continue to vibrate differently and show up as a completely different energy. People aren't really going to know what to do, right? They're just going to be like, whoa, who are you? Oh my gosh, right? I also feel like these people will continue to fall away. And that's okay. That's totally fine. You can still love them from afar. I think once you go through the motions of this coming full moon, that's when you'll really be transformed more and more into the high priestess energy. You've gone through you've gone through enough uncomfortable experiences in your life to know that it's not the end all be all to be sitting in discomfort for so long. You'll know that you'll come out on the other side better, stronger, and more powerful. And that's really beautiful. thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this was helpful. I'm very excited for this group. I'm excited for all the groups, but you know, this is very powerful. I am powerful. Thank you. Hello, my I Am Enough group. Very excited. I'm going to start with some tarot cards. King of Coins. You have a lot of abundance. You've worked really hard to manifest all the things in your life. You've done a lot of growing. You've also worked really hard. Like, this is a hard-working energy card, and you've had to do this your whole life. You had to hustle, basically. But now you've created this really strong foundation and structure that you're growing your own tree out of your own shell. You know, maybe this means you have your own business. It's been very successful. Life feels really good for you, and you've built your life up to where it's at. I also feel like there's just like this, there's this energy of a completion, like this you're done with some cycle, you're done with something that you've already got, and you're ready for something new, or you're wondering what the next thing is. You're kind of wondering, oh, well, how can I keep manifesting and bringing new abundance into my life? Like, what's the next step? This can't just be it, right? Queen of Cups. Okay, I feel like these go together a little bit as your energy. You're very balanced. You're very logical, very pragmatic. You know how to make things happen. You know how to bring abundance and manifestation into your life, but you're also very emotional. You're in tune with your emotions and your intuitive energy. You're very strong with both of these, and that's very hard for a lot of people to do. You know, it's very hard for people to have that balance of both being logical and a little emotional and intuitive. But that's how you've got here. You were able to do this because you're a mix of both. And that's very important in business. I think it's powerful to have a bit of both characteristics. You know, to be multidimensional versus just I'm only logical or I'm only emotional. But you do feel bored. Like, just because you're like these things doesn't mean you don't need some kind of an energetic shift or a change. I feel like you've kind of lived life by the book, or like certain ways you just do things in certain ways, and that's how you've had your manifestation and your abundance. But it doesn't mean I don't feel like you've led a very exciting, like thrilling life. You haven't done anything very adventurous. You know, you've kind of just had to be very methodical to build your business. And now I think this year has been harder for you because you realize, like, oh, I do have everything that I need, but am I like really fulfilled in other areas of my life, or am I just fulfilled materially and emotionally? That's what this feels like to me. Oh my gosh. Death card, and this does not mean dying. I always have to do a little PSA about that. This card is transformation and change. So yes, you are ready for something different, and you're trying to figure out how to do that, because you've done everything so religiously. You've done everything like that you were supposed to do. You've done everything very rigidly through life, and that hasn't really brought you a lot of satisfaction. So now you're like, oh, well, what's behind this curtain? Like, what's there to explore? You know, it's okay to release the thoughts about life that you thought you had to follow. Like, life isn't meant to be so rigid and structured. I feel like whoever is in this group just needs to have more fun. Just let yourself go a little bit, you know? Maybe don't put your makeup on, or don't put jeans on for the day. Just wear pajamas all day long. Like, be a little, I know that's not very reckless or dangerous, but be a little reckless. Like, do something different. It feels like this group has just done a lot of things by what they were told in their childhood, as well, was just what you had to do. And as you've gotten older, you've realized that that's not really the case. You don't really have to do that to get by. And because you have this major abundance, you're fine. You know, now you can go off and do have some transformative experiences. Travel the world whenever you're allowed to, right? After this pandemic is over, right? Just do things that are totally different and out of your comfort zone. And I think a lot of you will be surprised by what you discover about yourselves when you go through this process, this transformation process. It's going to be very enlightening for you. You may come back and be like, I'm selling my company. Like, I don't want any part of this anymore, because you'll make enough money from your company to where you'll have abundance for the rest of your life, and then you can go off and do whatever it is that you want. Okay, I like to read these two next cards. Oh my God, look at that. By the book. Didn't I say that a few times? Oh my gosh. Yeah, so you've done everything by the book your whole life. It's limiting thoughts, like, excuse me, sorry. You've done everything with like limiting thoughts and beliefs. Like, you've just done everything by the book. You've done all the right things. You did all the right things to manifest this company, make a lot of money, have abundance. And it's clear you have a treasure island. But I also feel like this is like releasing all these thoughts, these things that you thought that you had to do just to live, right? Which is true. You did have to do those things to live, and we always have to do things to make sure that we are living in abundance and making sure that we're taken care of. But that doesn't always mean satisfaction in life. Yeah, I feel like this treasure island and death is very similar. It's like you've kind of gone through this awakening where you're like, oh, this isn't all there is to life. There's way more out there that I need to experience. And because, you know, we can't experience anything this year because of the pandemic, you're like, oh, how do I get to the treasure island? And what I find also very interesting, that there's two turtles that showed up in this reading. So you have everything you need. You have everything you need to travel, explore. Wow, this is cool. Okay. The next two cards, change and pride. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. Oops. I love myself and I see myself in everyone. Oh, I'm really excited for this group. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. That means you need to move. You gotta change the pace. You gotta change up what you're doing every day. Take pride in all the changes you've made too. I think you've had to make some of these changes as well, because you've realized that you're not really living in your truest, highest self and power. Yeah. I love myself and I see myself in everyone. Say these things. I feel like this group in particular needs to say these things as like a mantra every morning, because you're gonna kind of freak out. It can be really scary to do all this change, but know that you are doing it for your highest power and highest good. Okay. Next card. Oh, Kuan Yin. She's my favorite. Treat yourself with compassion and kindness when you're going through this process. Kuan Yin is a very powerful goddess. She reminds us that we can be kind to ourselves, that we need to be kind to ourselves as we're going through these changes. It says, choose to be loved, do what is right for everyone involved, and offer a helping hand. Oh, I love Kuan Yin so much. Change is never easy, and sometimes we can be our own worst critic, you know? So if you feel like that's starting to happen when you're going through some of this stuff, this upheaval of your life or travel or whatever it is, just remember that it's okay to change. Remember it's okay to grow, and call on Kuan Yin whenever you need that energy. Starfish spirit, ooh, open to infinite possibility. Do you see that? Oh my gosh, yes. Yeah, I feel like this is kind of your outcome. You've changed so much. You've released some of these beliefs that you have to do everything religiously and by the book. And I don't mean religious, like Bible or anything like that. When I say religiously, it's just that you have a structure that you're used to sticking to, and you just have realized you don't have to do that anymore. You can release all of these limiting beliefs in order to obtain your goals. And I feel like this full moon, especially for you, out of all the other groups that I've read for, this full moon is going to be very potent for you, and it's important that you release all of these beliefs into the moon on Monday. Make sure you set some time away from the busy day, the work day. Do it Sunday night, do it tonight if you have to. And just allow the full moon to kind of take some of these things away from you so that it can take care of it. And then just document how you feel. Oh, I'm getting really warm. Yeah, this is going to be extremely important for you to do this releasing technique. So what you want to do is just write it on a piece of paper, write any limiting beliefs you have down on a piece of paper, and you can either burn it if you are able to, like in a fireplace or outside in a fire-safe container. You can also write it on a piece of toilet paper and flush it down and let it go with the water, and just imagine it going off into the moon. And then as the moon moves back into a new moon, it's kind of releasing it for you. It's a slow process. It takes about 2 weeks, right? Yeah, this is going to be extremely important for you. So just make sure you do this full moon ritual and be kind to yourself in this process, because it's not going to be easy. Just remember that. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you have a beautiful day.